Welcome. I've got a really interesting project today. Well, I think it's interesting anyway, and it's with this hawthorn. You might recognise this tree from a previous episode where I took the wire off, applied this wire to add this bend, and I decided to, at some point, do an air layer and turn this into two separate trees. Although I don't think this would be a particularly inspiring tree in its own right, on its side, with these branches growing upwards and these pieces wired, I think this could be a really interesting raft style project. So that's what I'm going to do today, wire this and get this on its way to becoming a raft in the future. This is the end of the tree that I previously chopped here. I like these branches here, and this one here. It's just a question of making the decision of which ones I do actually want to keep and which do I want to remove. I've decided to start by applying wire to the two thickest branches here and and getting some shape into these. So first thing is to just get a decently thick coil of aluminium wire onto this section. That was a bit dangerous really, wiring hawthorn like this, and there's too many leaves for me to kind of take all the thorns off, so I was just very careful, and I've managed not to spike myself, which was lucky. What I need to do now is these branches, I'm going to call these trunks from now on, because I don't see them as branches. These are future trunks that are going to come up from the main trunk. So I need these two that I've just wired to come up in sort of similar angles. However, I also want depth, so I need one of them to come more towards the camera, and I'm going to choose this lower one because it's naturally more over that way anyway. So all I'm doing is just bending it round towards the camera and then coming up into a sort of similar direction to these. I will slightly overbend it because when I take the wire off it'll naturally come back a bit anyway. And I'm going to rotate this round now so we can see what I'm doing at the back. It's a bit tricky to see, but this is the branch that I've just bent, and I'm going to just add a little more movement to it just so it's a bit more interesting. Now this is coming from the main base and up, so I've got a branch sort of competing with it at the bottom, which has to go, I believe, unless I could bring that forward and up, which I think I could do. So I'm going to try to bring this one round and up, but I'll do it after I've added some movement into this. So again, I want it going in roughly the same kind of direction, and again, because this one is going that way, I want this one to come sort of initially away like that, and then up like that. I don't want to take any of this foliage off because I want this to grow strongly and sort of take the new shape, and the more foliage it's got on it, the easier it'll be for it to take that new shape. So there, and just bend it right at the bottom down there. There we go. Right, I'm happy with that. That's good. So I've now got these two pieces that are coming at the camera that I need to wire and put these into the composition also. These two are now wired up. We've got a nice view from above, so you can sort of hopefully see that I want to bring this branch over to fill this space, kind of over here, and then coming up, and this one, which is a thicker branch, to come away and then up like that. I need to get another coil of that. This wire can just, I can get this round the end, and that'll just support that upturn there. Yeah, I like that. I'm really pleased with that. I think that's gone well. As well as having interesting trunks going this way, it's also now got some depth to it. These just need to fix in place, carry on growing for the rest of the year, and then next year I'll probably put some concrete blocks here and plant this in its own self-contained soil, remove some of the bark, and hopefully let this root a bit like an air layer, and eventually I'll be able to cut it off and create my own raft style hawthorn. So these videos are a bit like bonsai, really. It's a waiting game. You know, I'll not be doing anything with this now till next spring, but I wanted to show you my initial process with it, because I'm quite excited about this kind of bonsai. You know, the sort of group plantings, the raft style, it really interests me, and I'm looking forward to doing this in the future. So I just thought I'd keep you up to date with what I'm up to. As always, thanks for joining me, and have a great day.